The second week of the Esports World Cup Finals just ended and some unexpected teams qualified for the LAN. There were huge clutches and wins across all of the regions, and with so many limited spots, it came down to the wire. So today we're watching some games from North America, Europe, and Oceania and seeing which teams actually qualified. And we're starting off with Iamzo and Josh Riley, who qualified in North America. This is right off spawn right now. Iamzo grabs a Fizz and an SMG, and he's immediately pushing this player. I guess he saw that this player was out of position, and he's going to catch him right here with the SMG. Takes a little bit of damage back, but free knock on Jace right there. Quick elimination to start this match. But let's see how the rest of this match goes. I think he's also going to find another elimination right here on Clix's duo, Higgs. He's playing extremely aggressive right off the rip. Here he's pushing. Higgs is fighting Josh Riley. I don't know where Clix is at right now. Maybe they're split up, but he's going to come in and get the cleanup. I think Clix is shooting in the distance, but Higgs goes down right over there. Now we're going to check in with Josh Riley, his duo, and see how they handle this endgame. So I want to see how they handle this moving zone right here. They are in a favorable position. They've got shockwaves, really good heals and materials. And I guess they're just going to wait and see if they can catch anybody off guard. I see Peterbot flying back in. He's probably going to get fried. There he goes down. Some revenge from Ali A for what happened to him at the Pro-Am. Zone's going to start moving. Players are going to be flying in. Couple ramps go up so they can protect their backside. King Peace goes down. Oh my god, quick elim right there for Josh. That guy had full health, full shield. Double shockwave right here, very hard to pull off. Josh hits a good pump mid-air. He hears some people nearby. I love how aggressive he is. Like, he's not scared. He's looking for the fight. So now they're in circle. They're refarming some metal. Let's see if they end up playing low ground or high ground for this win. All right, so they're on the low ground. Zone is moving back towards the base. That's pretty much where they dropped. I do wonder if in reload it makes much of a difference if the zone ends up finishing near you or not. He throws the slurp right there. Iamzo's actually down to like 5 HP, which is crazy. If he ends up getting knocked here, like, they are not going to make this. Shockwave, like, they didn't even know where they were going. Just double shockwave into all these moving players. Josh taking 5 ticks of storm damage. This is kind of messy, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily though, Siphon is on in this mode, so if he gets an elimination on this rotation, he'll get his health back up. You guys did not know, Siphon now is 100 health over time on the elimination. It no longer gives shields, which I think it's a good change for competitive. Here's another shockwave. I'm surprised he's not just getting thrown into a box with a duo and instantly dying. Those shockwaves were a little bit crazy. Like, I guess when you don't really have many options, you got to just go for it, hope for the best. One thing I noticed though is he always has his shotgun out, even on these shockwaves, so he's kind of ready to shoot if he does get caught with another duo. I like how they're getting ahead of zone right here onto the low ground, staying far ahead, even taking some storm damage to get that positioning. Josh is looking for a kill. He notices there's a duo up here. He's got the walls. Doesn't quite get it. And they're hunting right now. They're hunting. He only has 5 builds left right now. I'm assuming Iamzo is holding the rest of the builds. They need a refresh. Shockwaves are coming in. Iamzo building them in ahead of circle. Iamzo is a fantastic IGL. Oh my god, Josh takes down Kanata. Great shots with the SMG right there. There's the refresh they needed. Drops the materials. There's another refresh. Easy peasy. He's got 10 builds. He's shooting out height, forcing down the drop from height. 2 teams are above them. Now it's just 1. Quick kill on Curve, who was looking healthy until they double sprayed him. Cooper right now is in storm on height. I think they're realizing that they have the opportunity here. Josh has some insane accuracy with the SMG, and now it's just Cooper. This is a 2-on-1 situation. No, there's still a team on low ground. Oh, Cooper barely stays alive. He's not going to get the refresh. He's just going straight up. They want to get high enough off of the ground just in case the other team shockwaves up and they see that the storm is actually pulling back up the hill. So you got Cold on the low ground with Rapid. That is one of the top duos in North America. But this uphill climb, I think, is going to be a little bit too much. Twin mag SMG is solid. Rapid does damage, gets shot into Storm, and then the pump from Josh Riley. That was an excellent play to win the game. 9 eliminations and the win. They do end up qualifying for this week. Next up, we're going to check in with Pollo and Peterbot. These guys already qualified for the LAN. So at this point, they're just playing for fun and to make it harder on the other teams. Pollo is playing aggressive right here. It's not a POV we see much because we're usually watching Peter, but Pollo gets the kill right there on Ritual. 2 eliminations for Peterbot and Pollo. And actually, there was an update today to Reload that completely changed the loot pool. So I'm wondering if that's going to have an impact on how these players play their Reload matches. Ritual's flying in right now. Pollo's going to go. Going to try to catch this quick elimination on Ritual, who's just a fresh spawn with an AR. Not much Ritual can do. Now, I do see Agers back behind him. I think that's Ritual's duo. Pollo's gonna shoot the shield truck so that no one can get it. I like that play. Rituals flew back in, and Pollo is just farming him out of the sky. He's not letting him live. Uh-oh. Missed a couple shots there. And by the way, Pollo is pushing by himself. He's not even with Peterbot. This is just him farming on his own. Gets shot by another duo. He's gonna disengage. Pollo doing a great job in this early game, picking up 3 eliminations already. He does have no more shields, but one of the good things about them landing at Slurpy Swamp is they can always get shields back from the water and all the barrels that are around. So he's in the storm right now. They're using the barrels to keep their health up and re-farm. Right here, Acorns flying in, gets shot out of the sky. Another elimination. There's a Siphon kicking in. 5 eliminations for Pollo, 3 for Peterbot before we jump into this end game. We're going to jump in with Peterbot. These guys are already on high ground. I've seen them win from high ground pretty much every single game. They just have the respect and the fear from all these other players to the point where no one is going to be challenging for high ground. They're all playing for second place at this point. Peterbot has the grappler, so if he gets shot out, he'll be safe. Pollo has the fizz and crash pad, so they have protection from fall damage. And they're high enough to where you'll notice that they're pretty high above these duos, and there's a reason for that. The reason being, they don't want anybody to be able to shockwave up and break their builds out. So this is like the perfect distance between them and potential shockwave players. Uga goes down right there. And honestly, anybody who shockwaves up at this point is just going to be like a free kill for them. It's going to be the perfect height just to like spray them out. Pollo doing a good job spotting players in Storm. There's some shots right there. Another elimination for Peterbot. Pollo is tapping the fizz just in case they get shot out. Little precaution right there. Another kill on Ritual. These guys are doing such an amazing job holding this high ground. It's just like, it's just shocking how uncontested they are. But obviously they put in a lot of work to have this uncontested. It's not like it's just given to them, you know? Everyone down low is in shambles. But look, again, we see Cold alive and well on the low ground, trying to secure a qualification spot. There we go. Another elim right there. 14 total for Peterbot and Pollo. Curious how this is going to play out. Yamzo goes down, but it's all good because we just watched them qualify this week. And now it's just Rapid. I'm pretty sure that's 2 solos on the low ground. Peterbot and Pollo are dropping down. Peterbot's going to stay on top of this tree right here for the angle. It's the easy cleanup on Rapid. 16 elimination win and a crazy edit course right there from Peterbot and Pollo. Now, keep in mind, they've already qualified. They're just doing this for the love of the game and getting some practice in before the eventual LAN. All right, so they actually ended up finishing in 4th place, only 8 points ahead of 5th place. But since all the teams ahead of them have also qualified, they have secured their spot. Peterbot and Pollo finished in 1st place with 420 points, which is no surprise. Over on EU, we are checking Khan and Faded's duo who qualified this week. A lot of people on EU are a little bit concerned that Thomas and Focus haven't qualified for a LAN spot yet. Shark and Teeny actually got 1st place in both weeks of the Esports World Cup Finals, completely dominating. We did a video talking about them, and I even did a documentary style video about Shark and his rise on the More SypherPK channel, which you're actually watching right now. So don't forget to like and subscribe. But we're gonna watch Khan and see how he handles this end game. He's got a drum gun and a pump. His duo Faded is more of a true IGL, and Khan, he is a fragger. But look at this, down to 9 HP. Not sure what the plan is or how he's going to get out of this situation. He's actually stealing some of the heals from another team nearby. Shockwaves, a little bit in a storm, but he's up to 64 health. His teammate has no shields for him. Drum gun is coming out. He's trying to find players, trying to find bodies. Look at the aggression. You would think he has 200 HP with the way he's playing. I don't know what just happened right there. There was a little bit of a replay bug, but he somehow jumped into this box and knocked this player down to 14 HP. Bro, this guy does not fear anything. The one pump right there, he now has some minis and a fizz from Faded. He's gonna do a good job right here of building out for Faded while he is holding down that fizz. Very excellent play to get them ahead. Reloads all his guns, and he just jumps over, uses the fizz, jumps over, finds another player, gets the refresh. He has a decent amount of materials, putting pressure on these guys right here, staying ahead of Storm. They're on the low ground. They're looking for players. Here's another guy in his box. He's gonna pump him. There's a solo crouch walking nearby. They're down to 7 builds, so using all their mats right here. Catches this guy with a hard hitting pump, grabs the refresh. He has materials now. He's gonna crouch walk through that window. These guys are shockwaving up for height. They're gonna fight height. That's insane. This is probably what gives them the win. The other duos are just fighting each other. Khan's gonna drop to the side, gets over the top. This guy hits hard as hell. This guy hits hard with his pump. Super accurate player. He's gonna grab the refresh right here. Another player in front of him. Quick refresh. Gets chunked down. The Siphon's doing its thing. Popping minis. Looking for this last player. His teammate's gonna clean up. 8 eliminations for Khan, 4 for Faded. Absolutely insane end game. He almost went down like 15 times. And lastly, we're checking out Oceania, where there was some drama with this week's qualifiers, because what ended up happening is Anon and Vazin actually qualified. However, they were in 2nd place for most of the tournaments. But during one of the games, Alex and Reckless, who have already qualified, actually landed on the 1st place team and gave up their drop spot, which Anon and Vazin ended up using. So there was a lot of drama on Twitter about this move, whether it was coordinated or on purpose. I'm not sure the exact details, so I won't really speak too much on it. But you can understand why the team that ends up missing their qualifier spot because of that is going to be extremely salty. I personally would be salty as well if I was in 1st place and about to qualify, and then a team that already qualified landed on me to try to prevent my qualification. It could have been a tactical move from them. Maybe they don't want that team to make it to land. Maybe they're contesting them in some way. But we're going to watch Anon and Vazin in this end game and see how they ended up securing this qualification spot. They're on the high ground. They've got the fizz. They've got healthy materials. Seems like another team snuck up on them, but this guy ends up getting caught, and he's going to give them the refresh of doom right here. He's going up. Look at this. I'm not gonna lie, this was a kind of a crazy play. He could have easily gone fried out the sky. There's still a guy in storm. There he goes. He just shockwaved up. Anon takes some serious damage. He looked away at the worst moment. Right as that guy shockwaved, he looked away. He's got 5 eliminations. Basin has 2. They're ramping up. You'll notice that the teams that are on high ground, they really want to maintain your distance. If you're too close to the second height, they can very easily shockwave up, break your builds, and just completely ruin your day. You have to have some distance between you and the low ground. And now they're just applying pressure to all the teams at the burst AR. That player is in storm. Not sure what his plan is, but he might go down here. Nope, he's back in. There's Alex on the low ground. Alex and his duo have already qualified, so they're chilling. Low stakes match for them. He's tapping the fizz just in case they get shot out. Anon doesn't really have a surefire way of saving himself if he falls. Like landing a shockwave as you're falling is almost impossible. Quick kill right there. Great shots. Vazen's gonna tap the fizz again for security. They're gonna look into storm. It looks like he's gonna drop down here. He was trying to find something, but now he's actually using a lot of materials to go back up. Not sure what he got out of that drop down, because he did end up using a lot of mats, but I guess he reconnected his structure, making it a lot harder for them to get shot out. Everyone's just dying down below. Vazen ends up dropping. I think Vazen decides he's going to go down and try to find some eliminations. Maybe a refresh or 2. I feel like he's having a hard time applying pressure because he has a burst AR, you know? Oh, gets shot out. Goes down to 54 HP. He's going to have to throw down this heal bomb. Tau gets shot out of the sky. That was crazy. They almost got fully contested for height. They were able to take them out. Just barely. Staying in it. 9 eliminations right now for Anon and Vazen. Here comes a shockwave. Another player goes up. And Anon has some crazy accuracy with this AR. Holy crap. He throws down a shockwave. I think he ends up sending his duo into storm. No, he doesn't. It doesn't matter. They just cleaned up. That was honestly a very, very easy win from high ground. They got contested a few times, but look at this free build right here. So a little bit of drama with this qualification, but that's kind of to be expected. And there is a couple more weeks of the Esports World Cup Finals. So there are some big teams that will be qualifying. I know Clicks and Higgs are trying to qualify from North America, as well as Thomas HD and his duo in Europe. We'll see if they can make it happen. And I'll be covering all this competitive content on this channel, so be sure to like and subscribe.